11 a.m. this morning, we started an operation that we labeled as smorgasbord. It's due to diversity of it, diversity of the defendants and types of narcotics that we came out with. This was an investigation that had gone on for approximately a year. Brownwood Police Department, County Sheriff's Office, and Brownwood Police Department, and Coleman County Sheriff's Office, and Mills County Sheriff's Office. We started out with 79 sealed indictments this morning to serve, and a total of 103 charges against each defendant. We got approximately between 70 and 80 officers here in existence from various agencies, which is listed in this. I'm going to attempt to go down there because I'll leave somebody out. And we set up 11 arrest teams, had them out in the field by about 7:30 this morning, and started our gathering of this. And it's been a real successful operation. We arrested, I'll refer to my notes a little bit. We had 79 defendants, 103 drug trafficking charges, Brown, Mills, and Coleman counties combined. And during the process of this roundup, we arrested 4 additional persons for drug and other offenses. It's kind of collateral arrest. As of about 1 o'clock this afternoon, we had 60 defendants arrested and booked into Brown County Jail. At present, the grand total from this investigation is now 83 defendants with 110 charges. I think this is going to carry a lot of impact on the narcotic traffic in this county and surrounding counties. I think it's been an exceptional operation, exceptional cooperation between the agencies to put it together and make it come to pass. Other than that, I just kind of throw the floor over the question. If y'all got any comments y'all want to make this point, I'm sure I'll let something out.
Where are the defendants, I guess the majority of them from?
Pardon?
Where are the majority of the defendants from?
The majority of them are from Brownwood area, Brown County. We got a few in Mills County, a few were in Coleman County. All the investigations were cooperated through those agencies in those counties. If the drug case was made in that county, it was filed with that appropriate DA's office.
I think all of these have roots and kind of trail back into Brown County itself.
I just think it was a great effort on everyone's part. We have all the agencies work well together, but especially well as within our narcotics division. All of the narcotics officers get together, discuss things, and make plans as a group so that we can get all of the criminals that we can possibly find. We get those identified. They really worked hard for this, and they deserve the most credit out of anyone is those narcotics officers.
I think this would be basically 6 officers that actually did this. Tremendous amount of work in this, and they've really done an exceptional job. Worked hard and they come together good. I think it's a very good operation. I term this as very successful myself. I think it's a great operation. We still got some defendants we're trying to find, and we'll be for a little while yet. We will find them. Just gonna take a little time and we'll get them rounded up. We've got some out of the county and some probably still around here that's hiding out from us right at the moment. We will locate them. That count may have changed since we started talking about this. We still got people out looking.
Can you say the count one more time, as the latest?
The latest numbers?
The latest number we had at 1 o'clock, we had 60 arrested, booked into Brown County Jail. I guess there will be 4 additional. I don't know if they're figured into this or not.
I think so.
64 at this time.
Few new cases were made while arresting some. Drugs were found at a residence or another individual being there with drugs on them.
Have you all put, I guess, a dollar amount on everything that's been seized?
I don't have a dollar amount on this time, and I'm not sure we will anytime
Any injuries as a result of the activities this morning? Everybody okay?
I think the whole operation went smooth, there were no injuries, no incidents of any major force, or basic tactics, it ran real well. Very pleased with it so far. Nothing hurt.
How much, as far as quantity and drugs, have y'all weighted, have y'all taken account or anything?
On weight, this is different variations of this throughout the year. I don't have a weight label, no.
What was the predominant drug that was seized?
I'm sorry.
What was the predominant drug that was seized?
They ran anywhere from prescription drugs, to heroin, marijuana, methamphetamine, and almost all points in between. And it that's partially how we came up with the name of this operation. It's just an assortment of different types of charges and different types of defendants.
Are you all
Also,
working, I'm sorry.
We've also got some defendants on this that we used prescription drugs and sold them by obtaining either fraudulent prescriptions or doctor certificates. And we're going to have Medicaid look at these with the possibility of fraud or risk, so they sold them and made a tremendous amount of profit over selling this medication.
Are you all working with the authorities out of the county to find the other 10 that are out?
Yes,
Yes.
What other counties are they in, do you know?
it's, we're getting leads on them out with various assorted counties right at this time.
It's all throughout the state and other states as well, I
Other
believe.
states. We've even looking at a couple in Las Vegas.
And you've been in contact with authorities from all these areas?
Yes.
Yeah.
You said there were 70 different officers in the original release this morning. Does that include DEA or is this local law enforcement?
This was basically state law enforcement, local law enforcement. It consisted of Texas Parks and Wildlife, Game Wardens, Department of Public Safety, Highway Patrol, Texas Ranger, Aircraft Section, Narcotics Officers, Brownwood PD officers, early PD officers, Brown County Sheriff's Office officers, TABC, Texas Alcohol Beverage Commission officers,
There's Lake Patrol.
Lake Patrol, Coleman County Sheriff's Office, Mills County Sheriff's Office, Coleman County PD. So we've had, and I'm sure all this, adult probation's been involved in this, this attorney's office. It's hard to list all these without leaving someone out. We've had tremendous turnout of officers on this. It's probably the best I've ever seen.
Did you have any cases where children were involved or CPS might have been called in?
Yes, CPS was on standby from the beginning early this morning, and they did respond to a couple of locations to help officers in taking care of the kids and finding a place for them to go.
You mentioned the number 83 defendants a while ago. What does that refer to? I'm getting a little bit.
Initially, we started out with 79 defendants. We gained 4 defendants, which gives us the 83. During the process of serving the board, we picked up additional charges and defendants that were mainly the indictments. Some of these people were in possession of narcotics. I think there was one probation violation, one was picked up on, and just a sort of there.
60 are in custody as of now, or is it one?
Right.
But how many are you looking for in example?
We still got 13, 14 left.
And
These are not ironclad figures that we've got, but they may have changed since we've been standing here, as far as more arrests and so forth.
were most of the defendants arrested in their homes today, or did you go to businesses?
They were arrested, I guess, at homes, at businesses,
And businesses.
anywhere with families. You know, I think this carries, I guess, narcotic traffic here and anywhere else in the state. You know, as long as we aggressively fight this, we may not actually stop it, but we're gonna keep it from spreading. And I think if we don't address it, it's gonna spread more. So we're gonna fight it as long and hard as we can.
Somebody said earlier today that we must have a bad drug problem here in Brownwood. Well, there's a bad drug problem everywhere. We just take a stand and fight it hard from the beginning, so.
I feel like this is what we're charged with doing, and we take it very seriously.
You've mentioned earlier that you think there was a lot of cooperation, and that you were really pleased with the way it went. How proud are you of your individual officers that you work with on a daily basis?
I'm very proud. Officers put a lot of time in this. They worked a lot of nights, working the cases. They worked away from their families, overtime. They worked very hard.
Like we listed, in fact, I wouldn't mind going ahead and just naming these officers when we decided to do this. And, you know, without further investigation on this, this wouldn't be made possible. And just case agents, the Brownwood County Sheriff's Officer, CID investigators Carlisle Goldberg, Jason Benefield, and Sergeant Lally Guthrie, who's the criminal division supervisor over it. Also, our Captain Tony Aaron has also been involved in this. Brownwood PD Officer Aaron Taylor has been deeply involved in this. Early PD's Sergeant Sean DeBrail, Chief Mercer has been involved in this. And it's just, these guys are going way above and beyond putting this together. Way above and beyond.
All these were, most of these were all result of grand jury indictments. May have been a few actual warrants just issued, but it's all gone through the district attorney's office, which will handle the cases from here. And Tommy Adams is with the district attorney's office to speak for them.
These were tough investigations. They started and continued. We were able to identify additional defendants as it went. This is the reason we ran it as long as we did. And as it stands right now, I'm sure we'll come up with some additional defendants out of this as we debrief these people and work with information they provide. Just keep it in motion as much as we can.
Is this the largest arrest having to do with drugs, I guess, one time?
There was one that's a little larger back in the early 90s. That was handled by an officer, Lisa Ramsey.
What agency was she with?
I'm sorry?
What agency was she with?
She was with the task force at the time. Worked very close with all the agencies here.
And, you know, y'all are probably aware that the task force is disbanding at this time, and us pulling together is even more important now than it ever has been before also, to take up the slack what we've been left behind now.
Speaking to that point, I know I was a part of the commissioners' meeting when they more or less agreed that they were going to have to disband that because of funding out of Taylor County. What are your departments going to have to pick up on their own to cover the ground that the task force did?
Well, basically, we're going to continue doing what we were doing. We're just not going to have the additional assistance that we had. So we're just going to have to work with hard.
That's just a resource that we lost. The task force offered a lot of information, a lot of experience, and they were a valuable resource to us, and we just have to find our own resources now, I guess. So that's why we work so well together amongst the local agencies.
You know, we're privileged to have a lot of people to draw from here to work with. Some of the smaller counties, that's probably going to affect them more so than it does us at this time. I think we all like to see the drug force, task force go away before it's been a good asset to us.
Did you find that a lot of the defendants were related or in an organized situation for selling the drugs, or?
Most of them weren't, I mean, there were some relations with some of them, but it was normally just different groups.
So you're saying these are mostly individual arrests, there wasn't like a large bust at one time in one apartment or one home?
Correct. There was a place or two that there was a couple of people together and the warrants were served simultaneously, but Most of them were individuals at their own residence or spread out.
Okay.
I think the majority of these are gonna be either what you call, I would call a mid-level dealer. Maybe they sell and use both. So, I'm sure they all know each other probably to some extent. As far as being concentrated working together on this, not on like this one.
Right, so you wouldn't call this anything like a drug ring, this is just a cleanup,
Right.
the big cleanup.